There we go. Hey Ben, wow. That's a really nice hand brush you have there.
It is the world's best hand brush.
Where did you find such a thing?
I broke a broom.
Really? Can you show me how to make one of those?
Bring me a broom.
Welcome. Day 16 is upon us. We're up here, actually we're gonna get over here. We tried something creative because as I hang on to the camera, we don't have enough visible digits to get to 16. So, right there it is. 16, I think we need like some angels to go in the background, like, oh, or just, we could do that. All right, we left day 15 with the big 20 footers in there. And if we looked confused,
It's because we were.
probably more me than Ben, but we measured, and we're gonna come up with maybe a different game plan to tackle the 20 footers on there so we get an exact fit. We will cross that timber when we get there. So we're gonna probably switch to getting these end rakes on and putting the 2 end rafters on or something like that. Plus, welcome to working in a northern climate. Anybody that's from Vermont all the way over to Washington knows this.
Maine,
Vermont, Maine. I don't know, something like that. I haven't been there. They make maple syrup in there.
Yeah, a little bit.
I got Vermont. Dan Snow's up there. Hi, Dan. Let's see. I think they predicted a little bit of rain and a little bit of snow last night, and I think we got 3-ish, 4-ish of this heavy wet stuff, but maybe 50 by this afternoon, and it'll dry off. So we just knocked this off. We have work in the shop getting these ready, so we're gonna be fine, but we thought we'd get it cleaned off, and oh, it's so pretty, it's so beautiful. Ben thinks so.
I do.
He's that snow guy. I'm like, I love it in the fall, but there's this point in the spring where it's like, okay, you gotta go. Says Mr. Grand Marais. Some pretty good snow pictures if you haven't seen those. I don't know how to link to those, but you know where Ben's stuff is. Find his Instagram page and After Dark and Duck Hill, and Ben, there's all kinds of incredible pictures from his little journey up to Grand Marais this past weekend, so
Yeah.
check that out. We're heading over to the shop and right in there start working on the rakes and the rafters. If there's one thing that working on the build your own timber frame now is different than up at North House with Tom as our instructor is our stomachs don't dictate when lunch is. Or I shouldn't say it wasn't his stomach, it was the dogs. The dogs needed running. It was time to eat. Although my stomach's dictating right now because it's time to eat, but it's well past dog running time. But got 3 notches cut out on one side on the rafters up there. This is the first big new rafter. I'm gonna have to technically look up and see what that is. I'm calling it a lap joint because the rafters up on top are just going to lap over each other. Ben is almost done with the first. Of course, whoever laid it out put it right on a bloody knot. Thank you very much. One of the rakes that we're doing. So we're gonna go take lunch. Day 16, the sun is actually out right now, so things are drying off a little bit out there. All right, lunchtime. Ben's finished 3 rakes. The lap joints on the top part of the 2 rafters for this side are set. We're gonna install these. I think we're gonna try to do some magic measuring like we did yesterday. And then before I cut the bottoms on those and we drop that one in. But so we're actually heading out to put some wood. On the timber frame. Boys.
That one needs some trimmy. Or some bam bam.
What's that?
Is it or some bam bam?
Remember when you were a kid, you had that little toy and it had round pegs and square pegs and a big hammer? They all went in eventually. Beautiful. we're attaching these rakes up here on the rafters. It's not really needed. These are GRKs, or there's RSS structural screws. Pretty awesome. Not really necessary to pre-drill because they have a great bite, except we've got 1.5 inches here, and I really don't want any splitting on this top piece, so we are going to put a teeny little pilot hole just to get it started. We don't want to go that far in because it has these little reverse thread guys here that lock it into place. So just a little bit. And perfect set. Ran them just a little bit under so they don't push the board up. Boom. I don't know. What'd you think? Did we get more done than we thought we were going to get done? I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. 6 rakes out of 12 and 1 rafter out of 4. Good stuff here. I'd probably mention, if you're finding us for the first time and this is the first timber frame video that you're watching and you're going, man, these guys don't know anything. Yeah, I wouldn't agree with you. We know a little bit, but this truly, it's not our first. Yeah, we built a lot of things, but first timber frame. This was not a kit. It was a class project. So you're on day 16 here, and if you were building this yourself from the straight go and not doing a class, what we're doing right now, you would have probably done in the shop, you would have done before. This is kind of retrofitting. So the class teaches you beginner true timber frame skills.
You know what this is?
What's that?
This is Gazanta architecture.
Yeah? What does that mean?
This goes on to that.
See, we were listening, Tom. He's got his hands, or his head in his hands right now, just shaking. God, what did I do? Yeah. So you probably wouldn't do it like this. So we're retrofitting this. You leave the class with a cool frame, the skeleton, and then you bring it home and you do different things with it. So in this case here at the Gardens, we are doing an open pavilion. So we're just putting the roof on, leaving it open. Some of the other classmates, one's doing a pottery studio, one's doing a cabin out in the middle of nowhere, and one is doing a sauna. He's gonna build a timber frame sauna because he has a saw just like yours.
I don't know. I think that he just put his frame in the barn. I haven't seen any building.
Well, there's a cartoon of it. Day 16. Build your own timber frame. Thanks for watching. Follow along. Bye.